Today we are going to see about binary tree and its representation and traversal along with the application of binary tree, which is an expression tree. So the content is binary tree traversal and expression binary tree. So we'll see the definition of binary tree. What is a binary tree? A tree in which every node can have maximum 2 children is called as binary tree. So in a tree, a node can have n number of children, but in a binary tree it can have at most 2 children. So it can have either 0 children or 1 children or 2 children. So you can see the node A, B, C and D are having at most 2 children, whereas others are having less than 2 children. So F, the leaf nodes are having 0 child and G is having 1 child. There are 3 different types of binary trees we are going to see. One is strictly binary tree, complete binary tree and extended binary tree. The next type of tree we are going to see is a strictly binary tree. So what is strictly binary tree is, in a binary tree, if every node has either 2 children or 0 children is called strictly binary tree. This strictly binary tree is otherwise called as full binary tree or proper binary tree or 2 tree. So you can see I have given 3 binary trees. So the first diagram from the leftmost is a strict binary tree. You can see all the nodes are having either 2 children or 0 children. Similarly, the middle diagram is also a strict binary tree, since star plus are having 2 children, where A, B, C are having 0 children. And the last diagram is also an example for strict binary tree. It is also a representation. So here the strict binary tree data structure is mainly used to represent the mathematical expression, such as we call it as expression tree. So we can tell how an expression is going to be evaluated. For example, A plus B plus C. Can we say whose result is added up with which result? It's not possible. Whether A plus B result is added to C or B plus C result is added to A. So this confusion can be solved using a strict binary tree, which is otherwise called expression tree. Next one is a complete binary tree. A binary tree in which every internal node has exactly 2 children and all the leaf nodes are at same level is called a complete binary tree. A complete binary tree is otherwise called as perfect binary tree. I hope you would have learned what is complete binary tree in when we are seeing an application of Q, that is binary heap. So here the leftmost diagram is an example for complete binary tree. Now I have given 3 examples here, A, B, C. The leftmost with the red color diagram, 1, 2, 3. So here 1 and 3 are not a complete binary tree, since as I said before, a complete binary tree will be filled up from top to bottom, left to right. Okay, so A, B, C and D must be a left child of B, but here it is a right child in the first diagram, so it is not a complete binary tree. Where middle one is a binary tree, complete binary tree. The last one, as you said, the D child must be the left child of B, but here it is the right child of C. Hence the last diagram is not an example for complete binary tree. The next one is an extended binary tree. What is an extended binary tree? Is a type of binary tree in which all the null subtrees of the original tree are replaced with special node called external nodes, whereas other nodes are called internal nodes. So what is the meaning of the property of the external binary tree is, the nodes from the original trees are internal node and the special nodes are external nodes. All the external nodes are leaf nodes, which are represented using a rectangle, where all the internal nodes are non-leaf nodes, which are parent nodes. So every internal node has exactly 2 children and every external node is an leaf in the extended binary tree. Now what is the advantage or application of this extended binary tree is, one is to calculate the weighted path length. So if the edges have been weighted, if you give some numbers to the edges, we can calculate what is the total length of the path or total weight of the path. So that is one of the application is used for extended binary tree in using binary tree. Next one is to convert a binary tree into a complete binary tree. We will be using this extended binary tree. So these are the two applications of extended binary tree. One is calculate the weighted path length, and second one is converting a binary tree into a complete binary tree. So before going for binary tree representation, we will see what are the benefits of the binary tree. So the first benefit is you can represent an hierarchical way for storing a data, and it can also reflect the structural relationship among the data. It makes insertion and deletion faster than linked list and array. And another benefit is it's a flexible way of holding and moving the data, and it can store as many as nodes as possible because it's dynamic, and it is faster than linked list and slower than array when it comes to an accessing of an element. When it comes to an accessing element, it is slower than array, but it is faster than linked list. So now we will see what are the representations we have for binary tree. We have two types of representation: sequential representation or array representation, and the second one is a linked list representation. So we will consider this binary tree for our representation. So first one is a sequential representation. The entire tree will be represented using a array. So how it will be stored? A parent node will be stored in ith position, its left child will be stored in 2i position, and its right child will be stored in 2i plus 1 position. So you can see when you calculate it, it will be like 1. For 1, left child will be 2, and for A, C will be in third position. Similarly, when you take for the node C, it is a third node. Its left child will be in 6th node because 2 into 3 is 6 and plus 1 is 7. So left child will be in 6th position and right child will be in 7th position. Now you can find what is the position of K. So K has a parent G which is in 6th position, so its right child will be in 2 into 6 12th position, and right child will be in 2 into 6, it's 12 plus 1 which is 13, so K will be stored in 13th position. So this is the simplest way of representing a binary tree. The next representation is a linked list representation. Here we will be using a structure with 3 parts. One is a data part which stores the value of the node, and we will have 2 pointers here, left child and right child. So left child will refer the left node and right child will refer the right node. You can see the diagram how it is created for the given binary tree, a linked list representation. A is stored as a root node, its left pointer is referring to B and right pointer is referring to C. Similarly, B is left and B is right refers to D and F. F does not have any child, so it's a leaf node. So a node whose left child and right child are null, that are considered as leaf nodes. So this is how a binary tree is represented using linked list. So what are the traversals that are possible with the binary tree? We can do in-order traversal, pre-order traversal and post-order traversal. So we'll see the depth for such traversals. The first one is going to be in-order traversal. How in-order traversal will work is, in-order traversal works only for binary tree. It doesn't work for tree. Keep that in mind. Tree traversals, only 2 types of tree traversals we have. One is post-order traversal and pre-order traversal. We don't have in-order traversal for tree definition. But for a binary tree, what is a binary tree? A tree that has at most 2 children. Okay, at most 2 children means it can have 0 children or 1 children or 2 children. Okay, so for binary tree we can have 3 types of traversals: in-order traversal, pre-order traversal and post-order traversal. Now the diagram, the tree is given as a binary tree. So for this in-order traversal we are going to do. So what is the in-order traversal? We will visit the left child first, then parent node, then right child. See the coding: in order of root of LC. Okay, what is the root of LC is? It will go to the leftmost child, print the leftmost child, then it comes to the parent node, it prints the parent node, then it comes to rightmost child and print the value. So this is how it works. Simple, you can understand. Left root, or you can take it as left parent node, right. So LPR, L stands for left child, P stands for parent node, R stands for right child. So the in-order traversal is LPR. For the given diagram, let us see how in-order traversal works. When we start from root node A, does A has a left child? Yes, it goes to B now. Does B has a left child? Yes, it goes to D now. Now D has a left child? Yes, it goes to I. Does I has a left child? No. So it prints I, checks whether right child is for I. No. Then it comes to D, it prints D, then checks whether it has a right child, because L, P, now P is completed. Now going for right child. So now right child J, does it have a left child? No. Then print J, does it have a right child? No. It prints J. After completing the left subtree Dij, it goes to B, B will get printed. Then after printing B, L is completed, P is completed, so we have to come to the right child, right side. So we'll come for F, F will be printed. Now the subtree of A is completed, left subtree of A is completed, so A will be printed. So the in-order traversal will be I, D, J, B, F, A. So up to I, D, J, B, F are left side, and I is left of D, J is right of D, B is the remaining terms above are left of B, and F is right of B, and all these terms from I to F in the in-order traversal is left of A. So A is printed. Now we are coming to right side. When it comes to right side, from A to the right side is C. So we will not print C because it is LPR. So C, does it have left child? Yes, it comes to G. Again, it checks whether C is having left. No, C does not have left. So you have to print the parent node. So G will be printed. After printing G, it checks for right child. Whether right child is there? Yes, K is there. So K will be printed. After printing K, G and K subtree is over. So C will be getting printed because left side of C is completed. So C will be printed. After printing C, we will come to right side of C. Check it is H. H has left child? No. Then H will be printed. Does H has right? No. So we will finish the expression. So the in-order traversal for the given tree is I, D, J, B, F, A, G, K, C, H. Next tree traversal is pre-order traversal. So pre-order traversal is applicable for tree, binary tree or any tree. Okay. So how it will be done is, first print the parent node, then you print the child nodes. Simple. That is the simple formula you will take. Print parent, then child nodes. That is the concept. Now when you travel from the root node A is a parent node, print the parent node. Then start printing the childs from each and everything. So here we are taken an example as a binary tree for our easy convenience. So each and every node will have left child and right child, may or may not. So A has left child and right child. So now what will be the concept is PLR. P parent node, L left child, R right child. For in order it is LPR, but for pre-order traversal it is PLR. Print the parent node, then left child, then right child. Now what happens is, when you are traveling from A will be printed. Then when it comes to B, again B is a parent node. Yes, B will be printed. Then it goes to left side of B. Again D is a parent node. Yes, it prints D. Goes to the left side. Then it will print left child I. Then the right child of D, J is getting printed. Then right child of B is getting. So Dij is a left child. It's over. Now the right child of B has to be printed. So F is printed. Now the left child of A is completely finished. Now going for right side. So when it comes to right side of A, C is a parent node. Yes, C will be printed. Then G is a parent node. Comes to the left child, that is G. Whether G is a parent node? Yes, G is a parent node. So G will be printed. What is the left child? We don't have left child. What is the right child? K. Does it a parent node? No. So you print K node. The left side of C is completed. Now we will come to right side of C. So right side of C, is it a parent node? No. So you just print the H node. finished up. So the simple concept is PLR, parent, then its children. So the pre-order traversal for the given graph is ABD, IJ, FC, GK, H. So the post-order traversal is a vice versa of pre-order traversal. So post-order traversal can be applicable for tree as well as binary tree, binary search tree, and all sort of trees. So what post-order traversal is, print the children's first, then the parent. Okay, so print the child nodes, then print the parent node. Now example, we have taken a binary tree. So for binary tree, what is the concept is LRP, left child, right child, finishing all the child nodes, then we print the parent node. So when you start from the root node, we'll check whether does it has a left child. Yes, it has a left child, it comes to B. Check whether it has a left child. Yes, it comes to D. Check whether it has a left child. Yes, I is getting printed now. Now check whether D is having right child. Yes, D is having a right child. Does J is a parent node? No. So J is getting printed. Now both the childs of D is printed. So D will be getting printed. Now B's child is D is printed. Checks whether what is the right child, F, whether it is a parent node, no. So F is getting printed. So both the childs of B node, D and F are getting printed. So after printing, the parent node B will be printed. Now you can see A's left child is completed. So you have to go for A's right child. Still A is not printed. Okay, it's in the pool. So coming to right child of A, C is a parent node, yes, so go to the left child. Again, G is a parent node, yes, G is also a parent node. Go to the left side is empty. Then check for right side we have a child, so K will be printed. After printing K, you have to print the parent of G, so G is printed. Now left child of C is completed. Check for the right child is H, whether it's a parent node, no, so H will be printed. Now both the childs of C is printed. So now we can print the parent node C. Now C is printed. So you can see both the childs of A and C is printed. So finally I will print A node. So the final post order traversal is I, J, D, F, B, K, G, H, C, A. So we'll see expression tree. An expression tree is an application of binary tree. So an expression tree is a strict binary tree. So what is a strict binary tree? Every node should have either 2 children or 0 children. Then it is called strict binary tree or full tree. So when you are given with an infix expression, that infix expression has to be converted into a postfix expression, and the postfix expression will be converted into an expression tree. So with the expression tree, what we can know is which execution is carried out first and whose result is given to whom. That can be also identified in the expression tree. So simple. We will start our result calculation from the highest level of the tree, that is the bottom level. From the leaf node, we will try to solve the mathematical executions to its parent node, and we'll at the last in the root node you will find the result of the given expression. So let us see how to construct an expression tree. For constructing an expression tree, we are going to use a stack. So we'll read the postfix expression character by character or operand by operand. If it is an operand, we'll push it into the stack. If it is an operator, we will pop 2 operands from the stack and evaluate it and store the results back into the stack. So we'll see how it works with an example. So let us consider the expression, infix expression A plus B plus C star D star E slash F plus G star H minus I caps of K. So caps of K is nothing but to the power of K. Okay. So now we will convert this expression. We don't know which expression is added up with which expression. So now we will construct a expression tree for the given expression. So first thing we have to do is we convert the infix expression into a postfix expression. So the postfix expression is given in red color: A, B, C, D, E star star plus plus F slash G, H star plus I, K caps minus. Now we will start creating expression tree. So how will be expression tree is created? When you encounter an operand, it will be pushed into the stack. When you see an operator, we pop two symbols from the stack. The first coming out will be a right child, the second coming will be a left child. So we'll see an example. So when first A, B, C, D, E are operands which will be pushed into the stack, when you encounter first asterisk, that is multiplication, we will pop two symbols from the stack. So the first popped out symbol will be E. So E will become right child of star and D will become left child of star, and the pointer for this subtree will be pushed into the stack again. So this is how it is starts evaluating. When you see an operator, you pop two operands from the stack, create a subtree, and we push the pointer of the subtree into the stack again. So we have four things in the stack: A, B, C and star subtree. When you encounter next asterisk, again two things has to be popped out. So the first will be popped out is the subtree star and second one is C. So the subtree will become right subtree and C will become right child for the star. So you can see leftmost bottom, for the second asterisk it has formed a subtree. Again this subtree will be pushed into the stack. When you encounter the next plus symbol, again two things must be popped. Now here the subtree for star will be popped and along with B. So B will become left child, the remaining subtree will become right child for plus. Again the pointer of plus subtree will be pushed into the stack. When you see again a plus, again two things will be popped. The plus subtree and A will become left child and plus subtree will become right subtree for the plus. Again plus is pushed into the stack. So after that you can see it's F is an operand, F is pushed into the stack. Then you see backslash. Now two things will be popped. The first popping is F, which will become right child. The second popping will be plus subtree, which becomes left subtree for the slash. Now the backslash will be pushed, the pointer of the backslash is again pushed into the stack. After that we encounter G, H. So G and H is pushed into the stack. Then you encounter star. So H will be popped, which will become right child. G will be popped, which will become left child for the star. And again, which is pushed, star subtree is pushed into the stack. Now you can see at the end, the stack consists of two pointers. One is for a subtree slash, another one is for a subtree star. So now when you encounter plus, the two subtrees will be popped out. The first subtree is star subtree, which will become right subtree. The second one is slash subtree, which will become the left subtree for plus. Again plus is pushed into the stack. The next one is finally you will have I and K. So I and K will be pushed into stack. After that you have cap symbol. So two things will be popped out from the stack, which will be I and K. So K will become right child and I will become left child for this cap. That is power symbol, and the power symbol's pointer will be stored in the stack again. Last symbol is minus. So you have two subtrees in the tree, plus and caps. So cap subtree will become right child and plus will become left child. Now you can see an expression tree is created for the given expression. From this tree what I can see is the D into C is executed first, whose result is given to C star, and to whose result is again given to added up with B, and the result of this expression is given to addition of A. After addition of A, you will be calculating what is G slash H, and these two results will be again summed up. Then caps of I and J can be executed. Finally you will be performing minus. So when you are using a single processor, this is how level by level you can execute. If you are using multi-processor, these individual subtrees can be executed or executed parallelly, and the results can be combined to get the final evaluated expression, result of the final evaluated expression. So let us check a simple exercise. I have given 7 trees. Out of this 7 tree, which are all trees? all 7 are trees. Which are all binary trees? All 7 are binary trees. Now, which are strict binary trees? So the strict binary trees are, you can see 4 is a strict binary tree, 5 is a strict binary tree. Is it so? No. 7 is a strict binary tree and nothing else is a strict binary tree. Now we will see what is a complete tree. Complete tree is, you can see it is 1, 2, 3, you don't have 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 are not complete binary tree, whereas 5 and 7 are complete binary tree. Okay, so work it out and see how it is, which is a tree and everything. The first diagram A alone, there is only root alone in my tree, which is accepted, which is a tree, complete tree, strict binary tree. Okay, so one satisfies all the properties. So that's all about binary tree, its representation and its traversal, and the application of binary tree, which is expression tree. Thank you.